May I come in, sir?
Yes, please come.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
Good
Geetika.
sir.
Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
So, Geetika, tell us something about yourself briefly.
Yes, sir. So, my name is Geetika Arora. I'm 25 years old. I was born and brought up in Faridabad district of Haryana. I completed my schooling from there itself. Post that, sir, I did my graduation in commerce from Indraprasth College for Women, Delhi University. After that, developing interest in sociology, I did my master's in socio, and that is my optional also. And sir, recently I got selected as a district youth officer in My Bharat organization.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
So, Geetika, you come from Faridabad.
Yes, sir.
Now, Faridabad is also a part of NCR as Gurgaon is.
Yes, sir.
Now, incidentally, it has not developed as good or as much as Gurgaon.
Yes, sir.
Can you cite few reasons?
Yes, sir. Definitely, there are few reasons that Faridabad couldn't take the pace as Gurgaon did. First was the service sector-led growth the Gurugram has taken. Various BPO and IT sector companies have established their base in Gurugram, while Faridabad, on the other hand, is manufacturing-led small-scale industries growth. Also, sir, the government policies of Haryana government in the initial phase focused more on Gurugram growth rather than Faridabad. And also, sir, the proximity to IGI airport in Gurugram is one of the factor for its fast-paced growth.
Geetika, you think that these manufacturing industries that you have just now mentioned in Faridabad could also be leading to greater air pollution in our Delhi area and NCR area?
Yes, sir, that is one of the reason also that AQI of Faridabad sometimes breaches that of Delhi only.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have done commerce.
Yes, sir.
Now, I am interested to know from you, the Honorable Commerce Minister, Government of India said some time ago, and he informed that as many as 50 countries they are going to have FTAs with, they are in discussion. Now, why India is so keen to go into free trade agreements? How is it going to benefit India? Whether it is going to help in export or import more? Just give your...
Yes, sir. So the free trade agreements with different countries will help in India in both the export and imports. It will lead to reduce tariffs, both quantitative and qualitative tariff barriers will be reduced, leading to high exports from India. And reduced tariff from Indian side will lead to cheaper imports also, which can target the Indian audience and the consumer base.
My last question, Geetika, to you. You have done sociology.
Yes, sir.
Lots of concepts and rules and laws have come in the last 5 to 10 years with regard to marriage, live-in relationship,
Yes,
whether marriageable age of women should be increased. Now, what is your concept and what is your view about live-in relations? And in view of what the law has said and in view of what the society actually desires or wants, especially the society which encompasses not just the metros but the entire country, length and breadth. What is your reaction?
Yes, sir. The live-in relationship as an institution was given a legal angle by Supreme Court as well, that it is not illegal for adults of any sex to live together before the marriage. But sir, there are concerns related to it from the societal angle. A lot of people in the country, as India is more of a rural economy yet, 60% of more than 60% lives in rural areas. So acceptance has not yet come because marriage is still seen as a sacred institution to form family, and live-ins are not yet institutionalized at the societal level. So that will require a systematic change. The behavioral aspect, the acceptance amongst the people needs to be
But
more.
do you think it should be promoted like any other program? Live-in relations, the way, what I have understood is that we have to sensitize them. Do we have to sensitize to accept the live-in relation among the rural areas also? Or do you think it should be brought as less as possible?
So I would not say there is a need to institutionalize or resist the live-in relationship. It's a natural social phenomena, and it should be the choice of the adults if they want to be in live-in relationship or not.
All right. Thank you, Geetika.
Thank you, sir.
So your background having sociology as well as finance.
Yes, sir.
So tell me, India should be follow the socialism or capitalism?
Sir, India, since the beginning, since the time we got independence, is following a mixed economy model, which is a mix of both socialism and capitalism. We have not inclined towards any one sphere because it was the vision of our first PM as well, in which we promoted both the state-led schemes and the participation of private sector was also there.
How you see worldwide this phenomena of socialism and capitalism?
So there are extremes in different countries. For example, the Western-led growth model is more on capitalism, while other countries like Russia and other countries are promoting extreme socialism. But we, as India is promoting a middle path in which, because we have not developed that yet, we have to have state intervention in several spheres. But on the other hand, private sector help is also needed.
So having told those things, how can we achieve that 5 trillion economy, which is our goal, our Prime Minister goal?
Yes, sir.
How it can be achieved if you are talking in that fashion?
So, $5 trillion economy goal, which the target was by 2030, can be achieved if several systematic steps can be taken. First, sir, we need to focus on manufacturing sector because India, on the structural level, shifted from agriculture sector to directly service-led growth. The manufacturing sector has been left behind. The focus needs to be on that. Second, sir, skill development is a major issue, leading to systematic unemployment in the country. Especially the youths are going through this. So academia and corporate linkage program needs to be done, and various government program like National Skill Development Corporation can be taken to help in this.
So you say what we should do? We should export missiles or we should export grains? What should be model for India? When you export missiles, when you purchase missiles, you know how much money is involved.
Yes, sir.
And when you export grains, what is disparity?
Sir, India exports both. Now India is exporting defense exports as well to Philippines countries, the BrahMos missile, etc. It is definitely a very good step for the country. But on the other hand, India also export grains, humanitarian help, also to different parts of the country, as India is an agricultural.
Okay, my last
dominant
question.
economy.
There have been many social reforms in India.
Yes.
Tell me in last 100 years, which 3 important social reforms had developed in India?
Social reform by the
Social reforms in India. Many social reforms have come, but about 3 significant social reforms in India in last 100 years.
Sir, first would be the anti-corruption.
That will fill the social reform. Some people say there was no corruption in the past.
Okay. So I'll retreat that and I'll say the major social reform which happened can be the legalization of providing reservation to women in the legislature.
That's again very lesser important things you are talking. What about the sort of democracy? What about the women participations in many fields? Many things are there. Can you not think of about those facts?
So the women participation in the defense sector, and the guideline by Supreme Court is a major reform in the country where defense and border.
Okay, thanks. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Geetika,
Yes, sir.
define a smart city.
Yes, sir. So a smart city is the one in which the infrastructure is robust, tech driven, and the ICT sector is improved, and the healthcare and education sector are at the forefront. The GIFT city is called the first smart city of India.
How many smart cities you have in Haryana?
So I have to read on that.
Okay. Coming to your subject, sociology, what do you mean by Sanskritization?
Sir, it is a concept given by M.N. Srinivas, under which he says the lower caste or the lower tribes tries to emulate the practices of high caste people. He gave various examples also for Sanskritization. If you allow me, I can give you the example.
Briefly, yes.
For example, the Kurmis and Queries caste try to emulate the practice of higher caste.
I have read him, M.N. Srinivas, no?
Yes, sir. And so there is critique also of Sanskritization happening in recent days. For example, people are saying now de-Sanskritization is happening. Instead of
In what way it is happening?
So instead of emulating the practices of higher caste, now higher caste is emulating practices of lower caste in order to get the benefits of reservation in the political sphere and other educational sphere.
Okay. We'll go to the political, international relations. Just one or two things. Do you see an end in sight for the Russia-Ukraine conflict?
Sir, various experts have said that the Russia-Ukraine conflict is going to be a cold peace, like a never-ending war.
Never ending. Why you say so?
So I have read some reports in which it was reported that both the sides are unwilling to compromise. The Russia want to expand in the Ukraine territory because of the fear of NATO, and a peace consensus needs to be built from both the ends.
Okay.
Diplomatic channel. Yes, sir.
Geetika, my last question.
Yes, sir.
We had the G20 summit
Yes, sir.
recently in Johannesburg. What are the important takeaways from that?
So first, India included African Union into the G20 as one of the member, showcasing multilateralism. So I have to read on it more.
I think you're not following that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Geetika. So, waste plastic, that interests you.
Yes, sir.
So, can you tell me how waste plastic is disposed?
So first, the plastic waste is non-biodegradable. There are various methods to dispose the biodegradable plastic which is coming in the recent sphere. Incineration is one.
Can we use it as landfill?
Sorry, sir.
Landfill,
Waste plastic.
yes.
I'm not aware of it, sir.
Okay, you are mentioning about incinerators.
Yes, sir. In which, in the requisite condition, we burn the plastic waste in order to.
Does it not lead to poisonous gases?
Sir, openly burning the plastic waste lead to poisonous gases which can harm human as well as animal health. But sir, if done in a proper closed environment with the requisite technology, the results can be better.
Are you aware of some modern methods of disposal of plastic waste?
Sir, I'm not aware of.
Gasification, are you aware?
No, sir, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. How can we reduce the use of plastic? Is there any other alternative material which can?
So biodegradable plastic is there, and sir, for reducing its use, the 3R policy is the best, which India is implementing: reduce, reuse, and recycle. And sir, the waste plastic competition.
Can you give an example? Reuse,
Yes, sir.
recycle.
Yes, sir. So first is reduce. We have to reduce the plastic use from the first end itself. We can exclude the alternative. For example, for packaging, jute packaging is promoted. Cotton clothes to carry the products is promoted. Reuse will be using the same plastic for different product, not the single-use plastic, but other thick plastic can be used again and again in different sphere. And sir, recycle would be the same thing I told you in the beginning. Different methods can be used to recycle.
Okay, thank
the
you.
plastic. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
Geetika,
Yes, sir.
sociology is your optional subject.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what are the major sociological fault lines in India presently?
Sir, in terms of theories or
What are the social problems or
Yes, sir.
social issues?
yes, sir.
Where are the conflicts may arise or which are causing problems to India? What will you call major social problems of India?
So first, which I can analyze from my sociological lens, would be the issue related to women's safety.
Okay,
So second would be child labor.
okay,
Despite the regulation, it is still continuing. And so third would be early marriages of women.
okay.
Yes, sir.
What about caste?
Yes, sir. It is also one of the major problem
Okay.
in India.
So
Caste.
would you put it above the other problems you have, or do you require prioritization on this issue? What about the north-south divide which is happening? Is it causing any social upheavals?
Yes, sir. North-south divide is a major concern.
What kind of social upheaval or consequences it can have?
So one can be the language divide, which is happening, linguistic divide.
No, that is already there. But what are the consequences of that?
Sir, it would lead to we versus they feeling. The son of soil theory, which we read, increased regionalism,
Okay.
leading to division.
Okay, got
Yes,
it.
sir.
You have worked or interest in menstrual hygiene.
Yes.
Now, this is an area which is very rarely touched upon in the mainstream.
Yes.
In fact, there is a Supreme Court judgment or observation recently on period shaming.
Yes, sir.
In what context it was made?
So, especially in Haryana, there were cases in which during the time of menstrual leave, when women were asking, they were shamed and asked for the proof regarding the
Yes.
menstruation.
Okay, this period leave, can it have actually adverse effect on women, for women participation?
Yes, sir, concerns are being raised because already the labor force participation ratio of women is less. And if menstrual leave is implemented in the legal manner, there can be concerns where the employees are resistant in employing women to the corporate sector or any sector because they will think it as a burden and will reduce the
So,
profit.
on balance, mandatory period leave, is it beneficial for women or not beneficial for women?
So, if we think from the women's health perspective, yes, period leave should be there. But if legalizing is the solution, it can have other concerns also, as you mentioned, leading to.
In fact, a lot of employers would stop employing women,
Yes, sir.
harming the woman's interest. So, actually, should it be made mandatory? The issue is mandatory leave.
Yes, sir.
Should it be made mandatory? Will it serve the women's cause
Sir,
actually?
Sir, in the short run, I'll not suggest that we should make it mandatory in the short run. But if we see from the larger and longer perspective, it should be a structural and stepwise manner. For example, initially, some corporates can come willingly, big corporates, that can be serve as a lead by example, where later
Okay,
other
I got it
Yes.
quickly. US didn't attend the G20 summit in South Africa.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, I'm not able to recall.
What was their objection? Official reason.
Sir, it was something related to some deaths happening in South Africa.
Yes, you are right, but deaths are happening everywhere. So that's happening not.
Of some US citizen.
No,
I have to read
you
on it.
are just now wild guessing. Okay, last question. You have shown interest in tidying up of common community spaces.
Yes.
In this context, there is a phrase called tragedy of commons. Do you understand what this word or phrase is and what does it imply?
No, sir. I'm
And
not aware.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Geetika, how do you think the cut in GST rates has positively affected Indian economy or will affect Indian economy?
So the cut in GST rates will help the consumer, targeting the consumer. It will lead to reduce in the prices. For example, the menstrual products and other daily use products, and it will lead to increase in demand in the economy, leading to an overall growth and revenue.
But don't you think with cutting of rates, the GST collection will go down?
Yes, sir.
Or you think that some factorization has been done by the government?
So cutting the GST rate can cause short-term reduction in the revenue of the government. But if seen in the longer run, it will give a boost to the demand side sector, leading to an overall increase in the revenue for the government.
So ever since the GST rates were cut, have we seen any difference in the consumption? Any statement by the government with regard to private consumption,
So I'm not aware
urban
of
or
it right
rural?
now. I'm not
You're
aware
not
of
aware.
the.
But it's going up or not? The consumption is going up or not coming up? I mean, going down.
So it should be up, but some corporates have not passed the benefits to the consumers yet. So the exact data I'm not aware
All
of.
right, doesn't matter. So, Geetika, we are over with the interview.
Okay, sir.
We'll request you to proceed to the next room
Okay.
for some time, and we'll call you in another 1 or 2 minutes
Sure, sir.
for the feedback.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.